Good morning. So, yesterday was such a good day. It was such a good day. I feel like I'm still like landing after yesterday. So, I feel like when we're together, we go into this uh, different mode, we go into like this bubble, and if everything, it's like entering into heaven on earth. It feels like that when you can just see the wonders all around. It's just a completely different, well, maybe not completely different, but it seems like we tend to go into like this bubble. And we had so much fun. And so he's like funny. He's like really funny because I was telling him about how on that trip on the Jordan River that I wanted to be a helper, and I was telling him all about that. And so then when we set up this trip that we were going to go on, so he tells me, okay, we're going to go on this trip, and then he says, well, but he's funny like that. He does it funny. He says, well, okay, well, if you're coming, then I see it. You get to be my helper. I said, okay, I'll get to be your helper. So I got to go under the umbrella of being his helper. But it was kind of funny because it was just, what is that? Some kind of piece of plastic or something. It's burned. It looked like a lizard tail, but I could tell that it was burnt, so I knew it wasn't. Um, I feel like it was kind of like almost like a joke on top of the whole thing that I got to be a helper in the end. I got to be his helper. Didn't do anything. I just got to go and it was interesting and fun. And I got to meet people and got to see that new place. And I got to be out on a day trip all day. It was really fun. And then afterwards, he took me out to eat, and he said that he is inviting me because I was his helper. You have to treat your helper as well. So he took me out for a meal afterwards. We went to have well, we went to hummus, but we ordered a bunch of stuff. And so I thought it was really cute and really funny that last week I told him I wanted to be a helper and it didn't work out. So then he made me his helper and then took me out to eat. And it was like it was like being completely spoiled for a day. It was so much fun. And now I feel like, well, I know that our friendship is established and still establishing. We have a really good friendship. Now I feel like a lot of my efforts need to go into making a living, into building a business, building something, and just starting in a direction and just seeing where it takes me, just getting started. I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I know that by not doing anything, it's not getting done. So, um, also one of the things that uh, he told me was that when he started, you know, he didn't know exactly where it was going to lead to. Even that meeting that we had yesterday, you know, that was born out of him starting his project and getting it on its way. So I guess it goes back to the good old lesson of start before you're ready. So you're slowly here. Start before you're ready. I'm sitting on this stone, carved stone. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just start before I'm ready. Start where I know to start, things that I've had planned on doing. And then just to begin, I'm going to open a Shopify store. And first of all, I'll put my products in there. I have products. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So it's about 6:30 in the morning. I'm out on my morning walk with the dogs. I'm going to go back. My son still has this week of school, so he has today's the last day of school. So I'm going to get back and get him up and get him off to school. It's so beautiful here, so I'll just show you where I'm at. So down there, there's horses, so you can't see them from the side. Over there is the Sea of Galilee down there. And I came from that area over there. That's Livnim over there. If you see those houses, that's where I live. And I'm out by the agricultural area. See, so I'm just sitting here at the entrance to this property. It's a property of my friends. You can see the lady up there behind me. So I guess I'm going to go and I'm going to get busy. I'm going to start my day. I'm still kind of, ever since that shamanic ceremony, it's been a week. Today is a week. Today, this is Thursday. So last week on Thursday. And I still feel like I'm in hermit mode a little bit, like in kind of submerged into my life, kind of like in the flow of my life and less wanting to talk about it. I have all sorts of understandings and things that are going on that are just kind of going into me. Just like the shaman said, you have to let things sit with you before you put them out. Because once you put them out, you like deplete their power. Or once you put them out, you've already taken them and put them into words. And that means you've already summed it up, the whole experience. So I still feel like it's still not all summed up, and I don't want to lose the power of it. I think that you can take things and you can disperse their power either into action, which is the way that I want to go, or into words. So I think you can do both of them sometimes, but I really want to, and it's not even a really want to. I feel like by nature, the natural course of things, something in me is like wanting to hold on to the power. What my twin told me um, is to enjoy the process. That there's a process happening between us. That is, those things that he says like that really give me like help me resonate. Maybe that's the word. Or they give me encouragement, maybe. Maybe it's encouragement. It's deeper than encouragement. You just him saying that is in itself an acknowledgement of this whole process that we're going through. And lately, more and more, he said things like that I know that he knows. I mean, from the very beginning, I know that he knows because he's told me about our connection and things like that. But lately, more and more, like saying about um, let's let's work on our friendship before anything. And just saying um, that let's just enjoy this process. Enjoy this process because this process is happening on its own. And what I've realized also since this surrender thing, there was a big point of surrender with me. There was a big point of surrender. It was when I was so like shook up by everything that was going on. And in the beginning, for maybe the first year even, it's just trying to, coming back like it's like a butterfly to fire. It's like a butterfly to fire. Coming back and then it hurts so much pushing away and trying to stay away and try, even in the beginning, I was I was even like unfollowing him and not wanting to see any of his feed and trying to get him completely like erased. And then when the surrender came, it was like, and even then, I knew that we had this connection that, like, even I was saying topically, it's unbreakable, we're the same. But, well, oh, I have a feather. So even then, I was trying to break the bond. I remember even going out on the mountain and trying to make like a spell that I could break the bond. But something happened in this other time. It was a couple weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer, when surrendering. It kind of was like surrendering into it, and I still feel like I'm surrendering into it. But it's kind of like a process. And then at some point, I was really, really hurting, but I realized that that's just, you know, if it hurts, it hurts. The bond is there. Can't break the bond. So it was just like surrendering into the pain. Okay, if that's what this relationship is and that's what this bond is, then okay, then that'll just be what it is. It doesn't, I'm not running. There's nowhere to run to. There's nowhere to hide. There's, it's just, it is what it is. And ever since then, it feels like, ever since I really surrendered and I figured, well, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Ever since then, everything has just become softer. Everything's become softer. I just face my emotions and everything becomes softer. And during that shamanic ceremony, I went down by the river and I just cried and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. It was like this crying from, it's just like that your whole soul opens up and you just splits open and everything just comes pouring out. It's like this crying that comes from your inner. And everybody else was there. I told you it was just me and 5 men. And it didn't matter not one bit to me. That was like that needed to come out. And I feel like I did get to, it did clean something up because I felt it all come up. All the thoughts came up, all the emotions came up, and still in it was the surrendering into it. Because it comes to a place where there's a knowing. Yeah, he is just there. He has presence in my life. That's it. That's just what it is. So I'm on my way home. I'm going to get my son out of school. So thanks for watching.